Imagine this. You're playing No Man's Sky just on your PC like most people do. And you have the highest settings on and you're like, dang. This game is so cool. And then you figure out it has VR support. You pull your VR headset, connect it, and then you go to play, you're super excited, and it looks like this. Like, bro, what the heck is this? Why is it like that? Well, fear not, in this video, I'm going to show you how to fix that. Alright everyone, before we start our methods that require a little bit more work, I want to get the easy stuff out of the way. So first, if you're having any performance issues with anything, doesn't have to be No Man's Sky VR, just make sure that your graphics drivers are up to date. Just hit that check button on NVIDIA or AMD. Make sure that's up to date. Next thing you want to do is go to your gaming tab, anything like that. I know it's physics and NVIDIA. Before you do anything, just set all of your stuff to the highest settings. So you want enhanced sync to reduce visual tearing and lag. Go to advanced. Make sure that the texture filter and quality is set to performance and subsurface format optimization is enabled. This will give you a little bit more extra performance, which is always nice. Next, I want you to check your power options. So make sure with your power options you're not on balanced or power saver. Make sure you're either on high performance or ultimate performance to get the maximum amount of frame rates. Before we get into the tutorial, I do want to let you know a little disclaimer here. Performance gains will vary between system to system because we all have different settings. For example, I have this GPU and this CPU. You may have better, you may have worse. Just let you know that all the performance you're seeing is what a computer spec similar to mine would be. For example, that would be an Intel 12400F or AMD, not AMD, or an NVIDIA 3060 Ti. Okay? So now, let's get into the tutorial. This is all of the default settings that No Man's Sky has when you first launch into VR. We'll find out what happens when you don't change them at all. And yeah, I'll catch you when I'm loaded into the game. Alright, as you can see, we have reached inside the game, and we are getting about 22-28 FPS with all normal settings. And you can see that the weird FOV stencil, I hate it so much. I don't know why it's like this, and future methods will show you how to get this away. As you can see, it runs pretty crap. Alright, we are in space, and performance has actually decreased. It's very laggy. It's not very enjoyable. So that's all for our baseline test with all default settings. Alright, so starting off the tutorial, our first method is changing all of the graphics settings to the lowest it can possibly be. So first for our preset, we have custom, we have everything as standard, anisotropic filtering as 1, GTIO off, and anti-listening off. So, we'll see how that affects the performance and see if it's any better. Alright everybody, so as you can see, with all low settings on, we're getting asynchronous space warp to kick in. So that means we're getting 45 FPS, which means it's a little bit better than 20, but it's still not the greatest, and it still looks absolutely awful. So, on all standard settings, you can see that the resolution and the jaggedness of every single thing in the game is really bad. So just looking around the planet, we can see random pop-ins occur. It looks really bad. Sky. Alright, it seems like performance in space is a lot better with all the low settings. We're getting a solid 90 FPS. Let's see what space looks like. The anomaly looks like. What that green thing looks like. What a planet looks like from afar. It's not the greatest. But now we're going to go on to our second method. Alright, we have our Fidelity FX Super Resolution enabled, balanced in all standard graphics settings. So now we're going to load into the game and see what performance this grants us. Alright, so it seems like super scaling has actually
decrease the performance a tiny bit, because we're not getting a solid 45 now, we're getting about 30 to 39 to 42. So, but as you can see, the FOV thing in the middle of your screen is now gone. The jaggedness of objects is still there, but it's not as bad. Shut the frick up, Sentinel Lily likes you. And we're gonna mine some stuff to see what happens. Whoa! Yeah, so he's just gonna, so, frick you, bro. Alright. So this is just looking out across the landscape, the sky, all that cool stuff. I'm not gonna bother going to space because it actually decreased performance. But now we'll go on to our next method.
Before we launch the game with Virtual Desktop, make sure you have the highest refresh rate selected, for example 120 FPS. The good thing about Virtual Desktop is it supports 120 FPS with the Quest 3, unlike Oculus Link and Airlink. You can see the VR graphics quality, pick that, and the advanced options are the most important. Make sure you have Snapdragon Game Super Resolution selected. Synchronous Space Warp, set that to always enabled. Video buffering on, and you can turn on the color increasers like I do, because colors are nice, you know?
Alright everybody, we are in. So, as you might be able to tell, it actually looks better with Virtual Desktop. It's crazy because it's better than the Oculus Link cable. This is because Snapdragon Super Resolution is also at play here instead of Fidelity FX, so you're using two super sampling softwares. And what makes this more clear in the headset is actually upscaling what you actually see. So this isn't affecting any performance on like PCs in. But as you can see, we are actually getting over 100 FPS on the Surface. This is way better than the 30 to 45 we were getting before. So this is why I highly recommend Virtual Desktop. What did I even do, bro? This is why I highly recommend Virtual Desktop, because like this is a million times better. So I can't mine anything because this stupid guy's over here. But as we can see, just playing the game, walking around, moving our head real fast, still a little bit messed up. Ooh, that was a far drop. Alright, so now we're gonna launch into space and see what that looks like. And then I have a... Dude, I didn't even hit the ground. But we're gonna go into the space and see how that works. Alright, so in space we're getting 120 FPS, which is really nice. Blast this asteroid to pieces. You can actually play No Man's Sky now without completely, I'm gonna wreck, without completely getting motion sick, because now it's actually really smooth. So we have one more thing that will tweak a little bit of your performance, and you might just be able to up the graphics quality just a tad bit more. So I'll see you when we do that.
Alright, for a final method, you do need an external application. This link will be in the description down below. It is called Sizer. As you can see, you can resize any window. For example, the No Man's Sky window. So just click the MSI installer for Windows. For example, I'll just show you on Opera GX because I don't want to relaunch No Man's Sky. But when you have that installed, where is that? Open it. It won't show anything up, but it is open. So make sure you do Control Windows Z. This window will pop up here, and click the lowest resolution available. So, see, it resized this window. It would do the same exact thing to the No Man's Sky window, which will get you a little bit extra performance. So now, I'll show you the results.
Alright everybody, so our final method includes using that Sizer application you just saw on your screen, and that improves performance. You see that I'm getting lower FPS because I have bumped up the graphics settings. So I'm getting around 70 to 90 FPS, which is okay in my opinion. But look how much better this looks. You guys can see way farther. The detail is way better. and I'll show you what settings I have on. Just as stated in the beginning of the video, your performance improvements will vary due to everybody having different specs. So for example, I'm using a Ryzen 5 5600G and an AMD RX 6600 XT. As you can see, I went from all standard FSR balanced at 45 FPS on normal Oculus Link. With Virtual Desktop, I got up to a solid 120 with all standard settings, and with the Sizer application in higher settings, like this, as you can see, I'm getting 90, which is a lot better in my opinion. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to smash that like button, hit that subscribe, and if you want me to make a No Man's Sky series on VR, just drop a comment down below. I really hope you enjoyed today, and hope you found this helpful, and have a great day. See ya.